Golden State Warriors News Today channel. Take the opportunity to leave that like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go to today's news.
What if the next legendary chapter of the Warriors is already being written away from the spotlight? Picture this: one phone call changes everything. A proposal, a trade, and suddenly, what looked like the end of a dynasty becomes the beginning of a new era in San Francisco. While many talk about rebuilding, the Warriors seem to be walking a different path, a bold one. Sources inside the league say things are heating up behind the scenes. And the name that could shake up the Western Conference board? Domantas Sabonis. Yes, the heart of the Kings might be about to switch sides in California. According to NBA insiders, Golden State and Sacramento have already started confidential talks. Nothing official, but the signs are in the air. For many, it's just another rumor. But for those who know the soul of this franchise, it's the kind of move that changes everything. Sabonis, one of the most complete big men in the NBA, could be the piece Steve Kerr needs to turn offense into art again, like he did with Bogut, like he did with David West, but with even more intelligence and control. And while the Kings think about rebuilding, the Warriors think about legacy. But the cost isn't low. Kuminga, Moody, even Podziemski have been mentioned in negotiations. The question is simple but brutal. Is it worth sacrificing the future to maximize Stephen Curry's final years? At 37, Curry still dazzles. But time doesn't stop. And maybe this is the last chance to give him a roster that can truly compete at the top. Sabonis' arrival could reshape the Warriors' game: dominant rebounding, insane court vision, and a perfect fit for Kerr's quick movement, precise passing system. On the other side, Sacramento faces a dilemma. Sabonis and Fox haven't delivered as expected. Is it time to bet on youth, draft picks, and a rebuild? But what if that's not all? In the midst of this storm, another possibility is gaining strength, one that shakes the heart of Dub Nation. Kevin Durant. Yes, him. With the Suns' failure, the numbers scream: outrageous payroll, questionable chemistry, and a project that seems to be crumbling. Durant might be on the trading block. And guess who's showing interest? Golden State. KD's return will be more than a trade. It would be a reunion with history, but also a test. A test for the franchise culture, the locker room, and the young talents who are just starting to blossom. Is it worth trading stability for nostalgia? Summer is coming, and with it, decisions that could change the destiny of the entire NBA. If you enjoyed this analysis and want to follow every step of these rumors that might rewrite NBA history, drop a like now and subscribe to Warriors News Fan Update. Here, you'll know everything before everyone else. And now tell me, would you bet on the present with Sabonis or nostalgia with Durant? Time is against both sides. Every game the Warriors lose makes the path to the playoffs narrower. Every Suns loss lowers Durant's trade value. Meanwhile, Mike Dunleavy Jr.'s phone keeps ringing. The question echoing through the Chase Center halls is just one: what's the price of greatness? Trading Kuminga, Moody, and maybe even Podziemski will be like handing over the future on a silver platter. But what if the return is a ring? What if it's the chance to give Stephen Curry the send-off he deserves, fighting for titles, not just for respect? At the heart of this dilemma, there's one detail we can't ignore. The Warriors' DNA has always been built on bold decisions. That's how they bet on Curry with fragile ankles. That's how they brought in Durant and built an almost unbeatable machine. And it can be that way again. Whether with Sabonis bringing strength and intelligence to the paint, or with Durant reigniting a partnership that already made history. The truth is, the Warriors' fate is once again standing at a crossroads. On one side, the path of development, patience, slow building with young talent. On the other, the risk, the big swing, the all-in for one more legendary chapter with Curry at the helm. Time will tell if this front office has the courage to make the move everyone fears, but that could change everything. Do you think the Warriors should risk it all for Sabonis? Or is it time to bring Durant back for one last epic run? Or maybe to keep the young core and bet on internal growth? Drop your comment below. I want to know what you think. And of course, subscribe to the Warriors News Fan Update channel so you don't miss a thing. The next few days promise to be historic. And here, you'll hear everything before anyone else. As a Warriors fan, I'll admit, the weight of this decision is real. Watching Kuminga grow, explode in the court, show grit, progress, and talent every game, man, that hits deep. It's like watching a diamond being polished right before our eyes. Thinking about trading him away? That hurts. He has everything to become an all-star, and watching him shine in another jersey would be painful. But at the same time, Curry's time is running out. We can't fool ourselves. He's still playing at MVP level, yes, but he's 37. We can't wait 2 or 3 more seasons to see if the young guys will be ready. The window is closing, and we as fans deserve to see him truly fight for one more ring, not just for history, but because he still can. He deserves it. The idea of having Sabonis next to Steph, that gets me hyped. A player that fits like a glove in Kerr's system. Insane vision, rebounding, team-first mentality. And he'd be the most complete big we've had since Bogut, but even better. Now, what about Durant? The nostalgia hits hard, I won't lie. Chemistry with Draymond? A big question. But truth is, Durant and Curry together were unstoppable. If there's any chance to replicate that, why not consider it? But in the end, here's the reflection. The front office has to decide if this legacy ends with dignity or with boldness. Because standing still is not an option. If the right move is to bring in Sabonis, so be it. If it's Durant's return, bring it on. But if the plan is to bet on the future, then do it with full courage. No half measures. What I don't want is to see Curry fade out without a chance to fight like he deserves. And maybe that's what makes it so hard. There's no right answer. There's the fear of being wrong and the hope of getting it right, just like before. We've seen this team make bold moves. We've seen them bet when no one else did. And honestly, I trust that culture. I trust Steve Kerr, I trust Steph, and even with some criticism, I trust Mike Dunleavy Jr. if the goal is to win. Because at the end of the day, the Warriors' identity isn't about being conservative. It's about changing the game. Literally. It was like that in 2015. It was like that with Durant. And it can be like that again with Sabonis. But if not now, when? Sabonis might not be the flashiest name in the league, but he's exactly the type of player that makes a system work. He shows up every night, rebounds, passes, fights in the paint, understands the game. And most importantly, he respects the collective, something that has always been the soul of this team. Durant. The story with him is intense, complex, but real. He was already part of this family. If there's a path to his return, emotionally, tactically, even spiritually, who am I to say no? The most important thing now is that the front office doesn't hide. Don't let time erase the last spark of what might still become a living legend. Because if there's one thing we've learned from this franchise, it's that when the Warriors decide to act, the basketball world changes. And now I pass the ball to you. As a fan, what would you do in the Warriors' shoes? Trade Kuminga and the future for a present with Sabonis? Reopen the doors for Durant? Or hold firm and build the next great team with patience? Drop your comment below. Dub Nation needs to hear your voice. And of course, if you love this kind of content, direct, passionate, and from a true fan's heart, subscribe now to Warriors News Fan Update. Hit the bell and smash that like button. The next chapters of this story are going to be epic, and you'll follow all of it with us. Now it's up to you, Dub Nation. What would you do? Go all in for Sabonis? Try to relive the epic with Durant? Or hold the young core and build the next great team patiently? Leave your comment below. And if you love the Warriors like I do, you already know, subscribe to Warriors News Fan Update, hit the bell, and come with us on this journey. Because the future of this franchise is being written now, and you'll be part of that story.